The power of forgiveness. In a bustling town called Rivervale lived two childhood friends, Ava and Leona. They were inseparable, studying together, playing in the meadows, and even dreaming about starting a bakery when they grew up. Their bond was a light others admired. Years passed, and their dream came true. They opened a little bakery called Sweet Grace, and it quickly became the heart of the town. People came not only for the pastries but for the joy and unity the two women shared. One summer, a wealthy investor approached them with an offer to expand the bakery into a franchise. The contract, however, required only one partner's name on the deal. Leona, swayed by ambition and the investor's flattery, convinced Ava to let her handle it just for the paperwork. Ava, trusting her best friend completely, agreed. But things changed quickly. Leona, once warm and faithful, became distant. She rebranded the bakery under her own name and slowly edged Ava out of every decision. Eventually, Ava found herself locked out, no legal rights, no explanation, just silence. Leona took full control. Ava was devastated. She wept not just for the business lost, but for the betrayal that shattered their lifelong friendship. Rumors spread through Rivervale, and people took sides. Ava could have fought back, taken her to court, exposed the truth, but she chose to step away. She opened a small cafe across town named the Olive Branch. It was quiet, simple, and peaceful, just like her spirit. The pain lingered, but she refused to let bitterness grow. Years later, Leona's empire began to crumble. The investor pulled out. Franchise stores closed. The joy that once filled Sweet Grace was gone, replaced with stress and cold profit. One rainy evening, Leona stood in front of the Olive Branch, soaked, exhausted, and broken. Ava looked up from behind the counter, and their eyes met. "I came to say I'm sorry," Leona whispered, trembling. "I lost everything. But the worst thing I lost was you." Ava walked around the counter. She didn't speak at first. She simply took Leona's hands in hers, gentle, steady, warm. "I forgave you long before today," Ava said softly. "Not because what you did was right, but because holding on to that pain would have destroyed me too." Tears fell from Leona's eyes, not from guilt alone, but from the undeserved grace she was receiving. Ava gave her a seat, poured her some tea, and together they sat, two women, once broken by betrayal, now beginning the slow journey back to wholeness. Moral: forgiveness is not approval of wrongdoing. It is the release of the weight that keeps your heart from healing. It is the bridge between justice and peace, and it sets both the offender and the wounded soul free. Like, share, follow and comment.